right, I think we have members from most involved parties available, so let's start. So I guess, I mean, who's the best to give an update regarding the DevNet now? I guess mostly Nethermind, right?
Yeah, so no major updates regarding DevNet, but the fact that everything runs as expected. So withdrawal-wise, it looks good. So we use DevNet for our internal testing and stabilizing our latest version. So that's it.
Also, have you done any specific like testing for like what's the state with the BLS withdrawal? I mean, credentials, challenges. How many are withdrawing? All of that.
We activated around 80%, so everything works fine. Yeah, withdrawal-wise, we also tested some failures, etc. that works. Yes, so no major issues. I mean, no any issues related to withdrawals. So we had some issues with our client version, but we tested some unstable version. So we switched back to the stable one, and the network stabilized.
Perfect. And you've tried like exiting and this type of, exiting basically.
Exiting, yeah, I haven't tried exiting too many times, just one or two. So I mostly focused on failures and such stuff. But I also would like someone else is also like from Gnosis or Gateway also to test. So we'll have some diversity in testing approaches, etc.
Yes, for sure, that makes sense. All right. Well, does anyone else have updates regarding the DevNet? I don't know if Gnosis or Gateway has comments. I guess not. Giacomo, are you running? Nodes? Have you been looking at them?
No, I don't have any updates on our side.
Okay. So regarding updates, well, client team updates in general, are there any news from Nethermind?
Could you repeat that? I didn't follow.
Just news regarding your clients basically that are not related to the DevNet. Updates, I don't know, new features.
Yeah, we got close to releasing the very first Hive tests, but there were some configuration issues that Marcus is trying to figure out now. So we expect it to happen, say, maybe later today or tomorrow, and then move forward with it. Also, we're preparing a new release, a new major release, and we found some issues and stabilized the client. And that's basically it.
What's the new features of those of the release?
So
Yeah, please go ahead.
Mostly different optimizations, I think, and bug fixes. There will be probably some features, especially. Yeah, so mostly this. I will be preparing release notes soon. I think we will release it next week. There are still some minor things some minor regressions we need to tackle before releasing. Yeah, so we'll send you the release notes when we have them.
Awesome, thank you. Erigon?
Right. Yes, we've recently made a release 2.43, and it has a few changes. One interesting feature is that we used to have an embedded light client consensus layer. Now we are dropping that one, and we have a more experimental full consensus layer implementation called name Kaplan, but it's still very much under development. So it used to be that by default on Ethereum mainnet, Erigon would use that our embedded CL. Now by default we are back to using an external CL, but we hope that eventually we'll be able to have a full CL implementation inside Erigon.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's sorry, the version is 2.43.
Oh, got it.
Mhm.
Oops.
And it's not internal CL, so it's not exactly the previous behavior. Like it's I think it's our new. I need to double check, but it might be the new code or slightly new code. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I guess you can say broadly speaking that internal CL is the previous way. But for Gnosis Chain, I think our default was to use an external CL, so nothing changes for Gnosis Chain.
Yeah, it was because we didn't have enough Nimbus and Lodestar clients for the Lights clients. By the way, does this new CL also work on Gnosis?
So we should be able, because one motivation is exactly was the lack or the scarcity of CL Lite clients. But because now we'll have a full blown CL implementation, then we'll be able to enable it on Gnosis Chain. It might be not enabled for Gnosis Chain yet, but we'll do that soon.
Awesome. And then you also have news regarding hiring for tests or something. I'm not exactly sure.
Well, we are hiring. We are looking for a new core developer. So Gnosis HR have actually been helping us with the recruitment process, and we have a test task. So there was a Twitter post and a blog post by Alexei. We have a new diagnostic tool, and we have, but it's a very crude implementation. So there is a description of the diagnostic tool. I can actually give you a link to the repo, and basically our idea is to use it as also as a recruitment mechanism so that people who can improve our diagnostic tool can actually have a possibility of being hired to Erigon, and it's a separate code base because it might be too difficult for a newcomer to get a good understanding of Erigon's code base, because it's some bits are quite messy and some are complicated because some Ethereum bits are complicated. But yeah, I've just shared a link to the new repo, and we haven't hired anybody yet. It's still in the process.
Awesome, thank you. Guillaume, news regarding Geth?
Sorry, I had some issues unmuting. Not not a lot, but so last week, I managed to do the state conversion, basically prepare the database, and I was running into a sync problem. So I still have the sync problem, but actually there were two of them. One of them was that Nethermind would hang up without just telling me why. So we spent some time with Stanish analyzing this, and this is still a question we're trying to solve, but we found another problem that could be related, and the chain ID was wrong. So I fixed this and I restarted. Unfortunately, I had to regenerate the whole state again. So because of the way the database is built. So it's currently running, and hopefully when this is over, that was the fix. Otherwise, we'll continue investigating this. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome, thank you. Regarding CL, I guess that's no news for Prism.
Nope.
Okay. So So on the research side, I don't think there's any specific topics for today. For Hive tests, are we? I mean, you mentioned earlier that there was maybe the first test developed or something. What's the current state? What's the blockers? Yeah, because I think last week you said that at least a few withdrawal tests would be implemented for this week. What happens? Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, basically we run on the issues regarding the config of the Nethermind client, and we have been checking that with Carlos to make it work as soon as possible. And basically, there is a few set of tests, like 5 basic set of tests for withdrawals, and we plan to deliver between today and tomorrow. If we solve the config issue, that should be the case. The first of those test suites. The blocking is regarding the payloads and so on. That is not loading properly because in the first test, the consensus client is mocked, and the communication is not done in the proper in the best way. In the end of the once we are going to reach the merge, is having some communication issues, and that's the case.
So you said regarding the payload something. I'm not sure I caught.
Yeah. When we try to make the communication between the consensus and the execution clients, the payload is not getting correctly. So it's very specific case, and yeah, we hope we solve it today or tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Gateway, do you have updates regarding the infra?
Igor shared the updates in Telegram. I have nothing to add. So it was mostly about the meetings, about L2 for Pay Network, and some hackathons.
Awesome. I'll add those to the notes
You
later.
can copy paste it from Telegram channel.
Yes, thank you. And then I think there was something for Ruben regarding the specificity of specs for the shared beacon chain. I think I'm not sure if something was written in the group. I don't think so. But basically the question was like, how precise do we want specs to be for the shared beacon chain spec?
Well, yeah, in my understanding, like there is still discussion is going on, but probably from the execution client wise, everything is clear. And I think we can start like prototyping something until the guys develop some WebSocket based solution for us while we don't have a P2P. Overall, I think we're fine. I don't know, Lucas, do you have anything to add here?
Not really. I don't think like Alexei P2P is usable yet. I think like it's still some time for the .NET P2P to come. So I think we need a stopgap solution for now.
Yeah. So as far as I know, the solution in between is still to have some kind of proxy that relays P2P messages to a WebSocket or something like that. So if that's fine, I think we can still go with that.
Yeah, so probably we can start prototyping already.
Awesome. Well, keep us up to date when you start and if there's something we can do for you.
All right.
All right. Well, I think that's it then, unless someone has more specific questions or comments. All right. Well, thanks for joining, and see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.